I bet you don't know what the Mandalorian, the Rocketeer, and Captain America, the First Avenger all have in common. Stick around if you want to find out. Hey everybody. So I actually got this about a month and a half ago. I haven't opened it yet because I just haven't had the time. Been working on lots of dioramas and miniatures. This is the MMS 571 by Hot Toys. It's still on pre-order for most places, but I ordered mine pretty much the second this went up for pre-order. The vintage color version, right? So it matches the original release action figure, but it is the 1/6 scale Boba Fett. This is the retro collection Boba Fett, and they took the beautiful Hot Toys 1/6 scale Boba Fett and painted him to match the original Boba Fett action figure. I know it's just a repaint, but Boba Fett is my main man, and we wouldn't have the Mandalorian culture, the Mandalorian mercs, any of those things if we didn't have Boba Fett. Boba Fett was one of the most featured bounty hunters in the galaxy. A genetic clone of his father, bounty hunter Jango Fett, Boba learned combat and martial arts skills from a young age. Over the course of his career, which included contracts for the Empire and the criminal underworld, he became a legend. It's all about that helmet, baby. Of the right side of the box, the left side of the box, got a nice long, tall shot of him. The top of the box, the bottom of the box, the back of the box. Nice image of Boba Fett with the Slave One in Cloud City. Alrighty. Let's get him cut open here. Like these vintage ones, they went ahead and simplified the packaging, but they kind of made it match the original figure packaging. This looks like it... Oh, I didn't notice. This looks like it can come off. Let me go ahead and check that really quick. No, it can't. It's just, oh, there it is, from the bottom. Okay, there we go. Okay, sorry about that. Let's crack open that clamshell. See what we got. Ah, it looks pretty. Looks nice and clean. Let's take a look at these instructions and make sure there isn't anything crazy. Oh, cool. It comes with an Empire Strike Back poster. Oh, how to attach the jetpack, how to install all of his boot shin tools, how to install his gun without hurting the holster, and how to rotate his rangefinder without breaking it off. Wonderful team who worked on the figure. Howard Chan and JC Hong, Jamie Lowe, Lemon Poon, Lock Ho, Indiana Chan, James Lee, Jamie Lowe, Mr. Sang, Brian Choi, Monster Jr., Cake and TT, and that is everyone. I gotta meet Lemon Poon someday. I do have the dual armor Boba Fett. He is right here. I have him posed on my back desk. I've got my favorite jetpack that he's ever worn, and my favorite gauntlets that he's ever worn, with the brown gloves that I like, knee pads. So I have this figure, and I'm guessing it really should pretty much be the same figure with only one set of armor, just a repaint. So we'll maybe do a comparison. Let's take a look here, see what he's got for hands. 2 gray fists. Excuse the paint on my fingers. It's dry, it's not gonna hurt the figure. Got a left and right sort of open handshake pose. So we can do the little hello, how do you do? A left hand looks like holding a gun pose maybe, or reaching pose. Hot Toys was nice enough to send us a couple of extra wrist pegs, it looks like. Get Mr. Boba out of the box. Take that off. Get those arms out. Take that off. They didn't bother to do molded pieces like they did on the quarter scale, which I did have for a while, but oh, that does look really cool. Look at that wrist gauntlet with the red and everything. Let's compare it to the retro collection figure. And here is the retro collection figure. They went ahead and took a couple liberties, because you have to when you're scaling up. Instead of it being blue right here, they made it silver, which I do appreciate. And they went with a much brighter yellow, unrealistic, unweathered look on his knee pad. So we see here is the true to form Boba. Whew. Whew, that left foot didn't want to come off. Okay. Oh, and he's got little guards under his gauntlets. I didn't see that. And he's got his little gun belt loop there. And it says Nomad on it. That's kind of cool. Is that a detail that's on here? I wonder if that's a Easter egg that I'm not familiar with. On the retro version, the original one, he does not have a cape. That kind of looks like the good, the bad, and the ugly cape. Or shawl, or whatever the word is. I wonder if they did that on purpose. If they did, great. If they didn't, still great. So we've got his beautiful helmet. I like this blue-gray color. The tone is a little bit less blue than the Retro Collection figure. I don't know if, I think you can see that on camera. In real life, it's definitely a lighter blue, but it does look nice. Maybe they tried a darker, richer blue and just didn't think it looked good. But I definitely think that was a good, this is a good choice. This looks nice. We've got the yellow gauntlet on this side for the Retro Collection. And again, they took some liberties, putting some metallic paint on there for us, making it sort of, kind of ride this line between vintage toy and hot toy, which I appreciate. I think this is a nice balance. And I like this really flat, muted green here on his chest. I think that looks really nice and clean, almost cartoony. And I like the all gray boots and the plain silver darts. I think that looks very nice. There on the bottom, we've got the Hot Toys Limited 2020 and the Lucasfilm Limited. George, I really wish you were still there, buddy. Comparing it to the dope. All right, we'll just leave the jetpack off. We have the gauntlet. Looks like it is the same mold, just a different paint. Looks like it is the same base mold with different paint. The knee dart shooters are the same mold, different paint. Same mold, different paint. Are the same mold, different paint. Boba's in the house. And there's the cape comparison. It looks like it's got the same tatter, but we do have a different color scheme. And that does remind me of the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I'm sure, as you can see, he comes with a standard Star Wars themed stand with a metal, shiny metal nameplate. Absolutely beautiful. Looks wonderful in the glimmering light. Comes with the standard slide up and slide down, lovely, aptly named crotch grabber. And he comes with his 4 tools. And we have his blaster rifle with his little shoulder sling. And it looks as though this is weathered. And I can't recall, I'll have to look at my other figure, but the butt of the rifle does look different. I think the rifle that I have does not have this detail. But I may be mistaken. I love these 2 accessories, though. The number one thing that I love about Boba Fett is his helmet and his jetpack. And he made me fall in love with armor and the possibility of sci-fi armor, like I'm sure he did most of the rest of you. So, when you look at his backpack, what does that remind you of? What does that remind you of? Right? He's got these jets on the bottom. He's got the shooting missile that had to be glued in so the kid didn't choke on it. And he's got this gun. With this simple paint job, it does match the one that he comes with here. It's the same colors, but there's no weathering. And I honestly think without the weathering, it looks like a Flash Gordon gun. And isn't that kind of what Boba Fett reminds us all of? That's what George Lucas was drawing his inspiration from for the Star Wars universe. And I'm sure the artists were aware of this when Joe Johnston was designing Boba Fett. By the way, Joe Johnston is the designer of Boba Fett and the AT-ATs. My 2 favorite mechanical character-based things to come out of Star Wars ever. Thank you, Joe Johnston. Oh, and by the way, Joe Johnston directed The Rocketeer. Cool helmet, cool jetpack. Bonus fact, he also directed the first Captain America movie. Comparing it to the jetpack that comes with the movie accurate and concept Boba Fett, we just see it again. It's the same mold, same parts, but different paint job. I love both of these. I think they're wonderful. Let's go ahead and get out my third Boba Fett figure. We'll line them all up and we'll show you what they look like. There's your money shot, guys. We have our retro collection paint style, or original paint style on the original action figure, our movie accurate Boba Fett for Empire Strikes Back, and our animated version Boba Fett. These are my Mandos. I am really looking forward to getting the Mandalorian. I think he's coming next week, the actual Mandalorian from the show. And I'm looking forward to getting the heavy infantry Mandalorian, who is blue with yellow accents. I think he's going to look really cool next to the animated version of Boba Fett. I think these three guys and those two guys are going to look amazing next to each other. And I hope in Season 2 we get a cool, realistic Sabine hot toy, if Sabine's introduced, and maybe Katie Sackhoff as Bo-Katan. That would be really cool to see. I would love to have a collection of Mandalorian hot toys, get rid of some of my other ones to buy the new ones because, you know, money. Really, it was thanks to Joe Johnston and his designs with Boba Fett and the design team over at Industrial Light and Magic that started my true love affair with science fiction armor and spacesuits. And I think, you know, there's no denying that thousands and thousands and thousands of other people around the world have had a similar experience. I love Iron Man as a result of Boba Fett. I love medieval armor as a result of Boba Fett. So thank you, Joe Johnston, and thank you, Star Wars, original Star Wars, for creating so many things that inspired my creative journey. Side note, if you're not aware by now, this is the original animated version of Boba Fett, and that is his pulse rifle, which is what the Mandalorian uses in the Mandalorian TV show because of Boba Fett's original first appearance in the Star Wars Christmas special, where he wields this weapon. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys can get your hands on one of these guys or one of the upcoming guys. You can go to sideshow.com, Big Bad Toy Store, or go straight to Toys Wonderland HK, pre-order your figure directly from China, from a company that gets them directly from Hot Toys, and guess what? You'll get your figure 1 to 3 months before anybody in the US. Boba Fett, out!